Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's podcast. Today, we're diving into a topic that affects almost everyone at some point in their life: procrastination and why it's important to do it now. Let's start by acknowledging something most of us are guilty of: putting things off. Whether it's that important work task, a household chore, or even a conversation you've been avoiding, we often find reasons to delay. We tell ourselves, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll get to it later. Sound familiar? Now, why do we procrastinate? It's not just about laziness. Sometimes we delay tasks because we're afraid we won't do them well enough. Other times, it's because the task seems overwhelming. It could also be that we are simply distracted by other things, maybe less important, but certainly more appealing in the moment. The problem with delaying things, however, is that these unfinished tasks tend to pile up, both physically and mentally. Let me ask you this. Have you ever had a to-do list that kept growing and growing? How did that make you feel? If you're anything like me, it causes stress, and that stress can be really harmful over time. Procrastination doesn't just affect your productivity, it can harm your peace of mind. When we leave things undone, they weigh on us. We think about them during the day, before bed, and sometimes even in our dreams. These unfinished tasks can turn into anxiety, making it hard to focus on anything else. Here's a simple truth. If you want to reduce stress in your life, the key is to take action immediately. Let me share a little example. A few years ago, I used to procrastinate a lot, especially with my personal projects. I had great ideas, plans to learn new skills, clean up my apartment, or even start a new hobby, but I never got around to it. I kept postponing. And then one day I sat down and thought, why am I doing this to myself? I realized that the stress from not completing these small tasks was affecting my overall happiness. That's when I decided to make a change. I started doing things immediately. It didn't matter how small the task was, whether it was sending an important email or simply cleaning up my workspace, I would do it as soon as possible. And guess what? My stress levels dropped dramatically. There's something so freeing about checking things off your list. So, how can we all stop procrastinating and start doing things now? Here are a few strategies. 1. Break the task down. Sometimes we put things off because the task seems too big. But here's the trick. Break it into smaller, more manageable pieces. For example, instead of saying, I need to clean the entire house, say, I'm going to clean one room today. You'll find it easier to start, and once you begin, momentum builds. 2. Set a timer. This is one of my favorite techniques. Set a timer for just 5 or 10 minutes and tell yourself that you only need to work on the task for that amount of time. Often, once you start, you'll feel motivated to continue beyond the timer. And even if you don't, at least you've made progress. 3. Reward yourself. After completing a task, give yourself a small reward. Maybe it's a snack, some relaxation time, or watching your favorite show. This positive reinforcement can help you build the habit of doing things right away. 4. Get rid of distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Your phone, social media, TV. If you're really struggling to focus, try to eliminate these distractions. Turn off your phone, or at least put it on silent. Close unnecessary tabs on your computer. Sometimes, just reducing distractions can help you stay on track. 5. Remember the benefits. When you're tempted to put something off, remind yourself why it's worth doing now. Not only will you complete the task, but you'll also reduce future stress. You'll feel more in control of your life, more productive, and happier. Let me share another interesting perspective. Often, we don't realize that procrastination is actually a form of self-sabotage. By delaying important tasks, we are essentially choosing to stress ourselves out in the future. We might think we're giving ourselves a break now, but in reality, we're just setting ourselves up for more stress later. It's almost like creating a time bomb that will explode later with deadlines, anxiety, and a sense of regret. But if we can change our mindset and start thinking, I'm doing this now so my future self will thank me, it completely changes how we approach tasks. It becomes less about immediate discomfort and more about long-term benefits. Imagine waking up tomorrow with a clear mind, knowing that you tackled everything on your to-do list. Feels pretty great, right? Now, let's talk a bit about how this do it now philosophy can benefit other areas of your life. For example, in relationships, Have you ever had something on your mind that you wanted to say to someone but kept delaying? Whether it's a simple compliment or a more difficult conversation, putting it off can strain relationships. But when you address things right away, it builds trust and keeps your connection strong. The same goes for your health. We all know the feeling of wanting to start a new workout routine or eat healthier, but pushing it off until Monday or next month. The truth is, there's no perfect time to start. You just need to do it now. Take that first step today, and the rest will follow. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this final thought. Life is short, and time is precious. Don't waste it by delaying the things that matter. Whether it's a simple task or a life-changing decision, take action today. Your future self will thank you. Thank you so much for tuning into today's podcast. I hope you found some useful tips and that you feel inspired to take action in your life starting now. Until next time, remember, don't wait for tomorrow. Do it now.